Alright, here we are, back in Idyllshire. If you remember, you should, if you're watching, all these in a row, whoever you may be, we gotta go around and say knots and crosses to these golems, and Alphanod's gonna take care of those. I assume Yshtola is taking care of a branch somewhere. Let's see. Wondrous Tales, huh? Keeping up with the Aaliyah pose, huh? Wyvernhide? Clyde Wyvernhide? Actually, I think you're pretty cool because you're wearing the full Terror Knight set. Greenhorn? You're wearing a level 60 set! I mean, I suppose you could have level skipped a potion, but you're an NPC. NPCs don't buy level skips. Speak with Chloe Aleopo. Very well, very well. We will speak to her on Dragon. You can see I got some new gear for it. It's level 61 now. Anywho. Aww. That must be your friend, the pink one. To the right there. Aww. Little tiny keeper of the moon. How adorable. Basically, it's incentive for you, another thing for you to do every week. You do, 9 of these duties, and then you get a sticker over in that 4x4 quadrant. If you get 4 in a row, you get, these rewards, or one of these rewards. Doing 9 gets you this guaranteed reward right here. If you get 2 lines, like say you had the bottom 4 and then the vertical left, then you'd be able to get the 1-line items and the 2-line items. And then if you got 3 lines, which the only way to do that is to make a right triangle, then you could get all of the rewards. And I've gotten 2 lines fairly often, but even with multiple re-rolls and trying my damnedest, I've never been able to get a 3-line card because it's pure luck. But you can get some pretty dang good gear choices from getting 3 lines. And you can look at the rewards she offers too, because they now have these certificates, right? And a gold certificate of commendation, if that was the reward and you got it, you'd be able to get these I-480 bodies that are basically the crafted set item, but they, as you notice, they have 5 materia slots. So they're really, really freaking good because you can put 5 tier 8 materia into them with no chance of breaking. And they look pretty cool too, But there's also silver certificates. which is, you know, pretty good gear still, but not really that great. And, yeah, that's about it. Too bad we can't talk to her friend, huh? Anywho. Switch back to Dark Knight, because that's what we got the main storyline quest on. And, oh, wait. Knots and crosses. Remember those capitals, because this is basically just string recognition. Right? Also, something neat about Idyllshire is that in one of the patches, like 3.2 or 3.3 or something, they gave us the ability to ride mounts inside of the town. So, yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's go check out this level 59 quest called Top Marks. It's, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it. It's related to Clan Centurio hunts. Eloise, I guess is how you say her name, or maybe Eloise. Oh, she said that I'm pretty. Guess she must be a old retired hunter. Wow, I didn't have to fight my golems. Alphanod got the better end of the bargain. I don't know which one would sell the best. I'll just get the knives and hope that they sell good. Let's see. An Illuminati incident, huh? See. Let's try out this mount that I got for pre-ordering Shadowbringers a long time ago. It's called Grani. Pretty nice zone music, huh? Braveflox Altox. Hey, what are you doing here? Long time no eye catch. Does Uplander have lusty eyes for junk of Braveflox? Uplander must not be touching junk of Braveflox. Braveflox is finding junk first. Good job. Braveflox eat Illuminati for sun-upses. Bombs radius. Okay, we'll be fine. Some crazy spell. Like earth crystals and water. Ocean water. Oh, it's got a big holy. Ride ye the wind.
Ether, to me. Have at you.
Whoa. 11,000 to everything. Man, that's like some level 80 AoE damage. We're only level, 59 at the moment. And Y'shtola never demonstrated that level of power in A Realm Reborn up to this point at all. She just came back from the live stream and she freaking had it. Being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming to Charlian. At any rate, we have fulfilled Slowfix's request. Let us return with the good tidings to be on our way. Any others really close by? 130 to the east. You know what? I bet that's inside of the the place with all the aetherites in it. Here, well, I'll go inside just to show you. Because as far as I remember, we don't come back this way. At least not for a mainline quest at any point. Probably for a side quest, though. Probably could save it for one-stop shopping, but whatever. You'd think for the building this big, they would have had multiple entrances to it. But nope, not from the ground. There's no telling what the proper entrance was. Yeah, it's full of goblins. Of the mean type, of the Illuminati type. Yep, it's in here. It was in here. I knew it. Come on, get it. Get it. Yeah. As you can see, there's multiple Aetherites in here, and they look kind of fatter than normal. But also like less polished, like way less polished. I remember there being more than 3, but I guess my memory's not all it's really cracked up to be. Nah, I won't go after any other Aetherites for now. I want to go ahead and mosey along here. Get back to Idyllshire. I guess I shouldn't have bothered riding out. I probably should have just went ahead and teleported, but I guess if we're over here already, I might as well come back this way, because there definitely isn't going to be any side quest that sent us back this way. And I was probably intended to see this on the way in, it's just I knew exactly where I was going, so I didn't stop and have a look-see. Oh yeah, it's because that Rattel Fate is there and I didn't want to walk through Rattels and aggro them. But also because the path to the bridge to Idyllshire is a little bit more north. So, you know, whatever. Also, I find it interesting that the Charlian civilization is from the north. Like, a knowledgeable, enlightened civilization. Because in most Japanese media and Japanese video games, dungeons and monsters and things are always aligned with the north, because in like Shintoism or whatever, and other, or maybe it's another Japanese belief, things that are malevolent usually come from the north. So it's pretty interesting. But, the experience has hardened me in ways I can ill explain. Sure did. I just said it plain. Let's grab this and sell it. Oh, you know what this is? That's right, more flying quests. Oh, let me guess, I have to go to the Arca? Yep. Son of a bitch. Well, I'll do that on my own time between recordings, as I have with most of the quest aetherites. They got bombs to do it. Ride's a little slow on the uptick there, huh? I bet that scene looks extra funny if you're a Lalafell. Can't wait till Tiny Blue Games gets there then. Legendary Matoya, huh? Well. We shall see. Base of a bluff, huh? Well. If we're gonna deal with Sharlayans, we might as well get on a Sharlayan job. Because I might have mentioned it before, but even though Astrologian is unlocked in Ishgard, it's Sharlayan Astromancy is what you're practicing when you play it or whatever. So it's a Sharlayan thing, and I want to show off one other thing. That's because this is no longer new and everything is purchased with Poetics. You don't have to be above level 60 anymore to acquire really good gear here. And so as a result, we can get, level 60 gear that's really high in item level compared to, to what we have. Like, this is double the item level of what we're wearing, you see? But rather than buy the body pieces, what we should buy is basically the weapons. So you want Rowenish Token of Scripture. You want 10 of them. you want a microtome stone, and you want a deepest Gobtank. And you come over here to the Primal Gator Exchange, go down to Shire Exchange, and then you can get any weapon that you want. And we're gonna get the Shire Astrometer, or Astrometer, however you want to say it. Now we can't use it right now, but as you can see, we're gonna hit level 60 pretty quickly. But there's even another step which we can do, and that is talk to Saika here. She can improve Shire gear for us if you've got the requisite upgrade items. So, gonna improve our astrometer. So now, when we level up, we'll have one of the second best weapon available to us, and arguably just as good as any weapon we were able to get at level 60 due to its substats. So, yeah, this map's not really appropriate for an Astro right now. Let's just stick with the good old Chocobo, huh? Oh, excuse me if you heard that. I turned the mic up, but... Or turned the mic away, that is. Sneezes come on so suddenly. And yep, we pretty much gotta go all the way south. Now you might have noticed I didn't have that many poetics. I only had, roughly 600. And that's because I actually capped on poetics, and I spent most of them already on tank gear for Dark Knight. Oh, that sneeze rocked a lot of stuff up into my nose. It's a shame the Charlians left this place, because I really like the look of these buildings. You can see that building over there has a tree growing out of it. And roots growing out its front door, where there are great morbals. So, she said we hit the river, or whatever, and instead of going around it or going somewhere else, we just go straight on through. Keep going. To the base of a bluff, she said. Looks like there used to be a bridge that went up to the top there, but it's long since been broken. Quite honestly, the stone that's down here looks like it's not enough stone to have actually been all of it, so must have either been worn away by the elements or taken off somewhere else and repurposed. Fragos? Hey, those are Final Fantasy XI enemies. should be wearing hats, though. There's our teammates, or our compeers. But, yeah, give me that. Brago mousetraps, huh? Wish they had been close enough for me to use gravity on them, but yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Yes, let's see if she makes a comment on the fact that I'm using Charlie and Astromancy. Talk about a door. Open sesame, said Y'shtola.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Hey, your frogs tried to kill us, lady. Besides, you wouldn't have hurt us. Knock.
Though we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
Hey, it sounds like you. It's the pot calling the kettle black.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Oh.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly. The one there in the fancy duds, that's Louis Soir's granddaughter, I take it?
Poor Alpha Node.
Grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats. Like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bugger, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me?
We need an etheric ring for some really kinky sex. No, wait, I mean, to get into Azzy's Law.
Azzy's Law. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
You are familiar with it?
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Allagons set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too. frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Azizla aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Not trying.
Indeed. And to
Succeeding.
make matters worse, the Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Okay, Optimus Prime.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Ah, some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, not today. And you like that about her. Level up jingle. Swing. Pretty much doubled my healing by itself. Weapons sure are worthwhile to get. But now that we've done that and she's made no commentary, I guess maybe she'll make commentary now? Maybe? Maybe? Nah, probably not. Let's just switch back to Dark Knight. Oh, but wait. I tell you, don't give a fuck, Alphanon.
'Twas some 50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilsabard under its rule. Faced with the threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my part, I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
Ah, yes. A device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
But as my research neared its end, it was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies. After that, they and I had a little falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Ha! Petty, I know, but gods, it was satisfying.
Do mine ears deceive? 'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind, that how it is used depends on us?
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
With respect, Master, the fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject. But you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
Ah, you were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Not so fast, you lot. Stola and the boy are staying with me. I need help to make new sentinels to replace the old ones you walloped. They'll be board and lodging, don't you worry. But know that you'll have to work for them. Hard. I'll have no sluggards in my house.
Same thing again. Okay, whatever. See, Paragos are supposed to have hats like that. Cerro Rago. Okay, so kill some pests, get an air node. Cool. The girl, boy, whatever. Very well, very well. Oh, Final Fantasy 1 references. I love Final Fantasy 1 references. I really do. The music in here is also a Final Fantasy 1 reference. It plays in Matoyo's cave, and it also plays in the Dwarf's cave, and it plays in a few other places too. I just don't remember where they are right now. I wish that off-global attacks still gave you... If they didn't cost MP, they should give you MP on your blood weapons, because they used to. And it annoys me that they don't. Okay. We can turn that in later when we come back after the Google library. Now let's get over there and make sure we get it unlocked in this one so that I can open up the next one with, you know, a dungeon. I like opening up the videos with a dungeon. It gives me more to talk about. There's action, so I don't have to stop talking to let the NPCs talk. It's fun for me. It's progress. Get to see real people making real mistakes. It's where most of the fun in the game is, etc. Of all the bridges that didn't break, this one didn't. At least not in spots that matter. It's broken that way. Like we can't run down it and get to the land that overlooks Latoya's bluff. But yep, this big ass building, this big building that's bigger than any other building here. This is the Google Library. Great Google Library. The dreams of a humble broom. Alright, unfortunately there's not enough time to do it in this video, so we'll have to come back to that next time. I'm not going to end the video just yet though. I want to go ahead and check some things out. And, you know, oh there it is, I see it behind that rock. Get some more aether currents. I guess I'll show you the gear that I've purchased for Dark Knight when it levels up. I've obtained an augmented Shire Greatsword. You can see that the damage increase is huge. It's 25. It's ridiculous. This damage should jump up way, way high. I picked up, I guess I didn't get a helmet, but I got the body, Shire Custodian's armor, and I got a belt, I got the legs, and I got the boots. Basically, the priority of Poetics gear, anytime you spend Poetics gear at any plateau, whether it's the 50, the 60, or the 70 plateau, you should go for a weapon upgrade first, then the gear. And if you don't want to farm Poetics, you can get I-255 weapons, or if it's the 70 plateau you're at, I-380 weapons, or 50 plateau, it's I-15 weapon, I-115 weapons. But yeah, you've got recourse. Yeah, the point is, weapons are important. You should buy weapons. And what else is there for me to say, really? Not a whole lot more, really. But these Heavensward zones, you may have noticed it already, and I may have said it earlier. It's hard for me to keep track of what I've told you already about this game, but it all bears repeating. I guess it's over there. But the oh, is that the only one I've got to get? Oh, it seems so. Okay. But each zone has a daytime theme and a nighttime theme, and usually the difference is in the daytime the instrumentals are slightly different, and at nighttime it's the same song, but it's usually on a piano or a slow violin or something. And this zone is no exception. I remember a lot of World of Warcraft refugees praising this game for its music, and I always found that to be kind of funny to me, because not that the game's music isn't really good or anything, it's that, you know, I came from an older MMO, Final Fantasy XI, and Final Fantasy XI is a whole year older than World of Warcraft, and they always put in a great deal of effort to its musical tracks. I could listen to Final Fantasy XI music for hours on end. The same thing is true about Final Fantasy XIV music, but, and I'm sure it's true for certain World of Warcraft musics, but I just, you know, I can't really comprehend an MMO that doesn't have, you know, music that you would want to listen to. Right, like even RuneScape, when RuneScape got music for the first time, you know, not every track on there is a banger, but, you know, stuff like Autumn Voyage and all that, like, yeah, you'd think that someone who'd played World of Warcraft for like 10 years or something would have a nostalgic bias for the music and not be praising this game's music over that game's music, but they did and do, so it makes me wonder what kind of music World of Warcraft, you know, has if it's not good or not considered, you know, on par. Southwest. Oh, there it is. These are in such wildly different locations than they ever were. Oh, come on. Okay, he's gonna take the stairs. That's good, because that gives me time. They call these birds ornkites, but they're actually colibri, and they're a Final Fantasy XI enemy again. They reused a lot of enemies from 11 in this game. And I mean, why not reuse assets from an MMO that not a lot of people played? I mean, a lot of people did play it, but relative to this one and to WoW, no. But, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. There's not a whole lot else I could show you the time I've got left. We could go turn in the Dark Knight questline, but I'd rather just wait until Dark Knight hits 60 so that we can, you know, sort of like dedicate half of a video to that. Because what I'm probably gonna do is I'm pretty sure, if I remember the order of the quests correctly, basically what's going to happen is after the Great Google Library, Matoya will share with us, you know, a book that has the instructions on how to make the etheric converger for an etheric ram or whatever, and she'll have us like spend a night in the cave while she like edits the notes to be, you know, made to a ram or whatever. You take that back to Sid. Sid makes us wait. We probably have to go somewhere else for, you know, like a quest or two. Then we finally go to Azzy's Law. And the game starts its rising action towards the main storyline's climax for Heavensward 3.0. And so that'll be interesting. But basically, once the quests direct us back to Ishgard, I'll take us there, and we will I'll finish the Dark Knight storyline quests up to 60, which will net us Carve and Spit. And then I'll probably do them off camera since I've been doing them off camera. I'll do the Astrologian quest line on my own time. We'll probably in the same video that I do the Dark Knight quest in, I'll do, you know, the Red Mage 60 quest in. We'll just have a whole, you know, flesh our jobs out thing. And as you notice, I've been leveling Samurai some too. And I'm probably gonna level Samurai and Clyde just for shits and gigs, mainly. He's got more than enough jobs leveled. He doesn't really need to level anything more. But, oh, excuse me. Goodness, that was sudden. It'll be more thematically appropriate to have Samurai leveled come the next expansion. So, it's just a little thing. And that'll, of course, I'll show the Samurai quest line on video as well. But for now, thank you for watching. Stay safe out there and have a good day.